BlackRock confirming that we will be millionaires in cryptocurrency. Remember, there is no get rich quick, and most people are going to get played by not knowing the game. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes and unconscious activity. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. My name is Coach JV. I work to make the complex simple. And we've helped over 6,000 warriors worldwide rewire the foundation, understanding there is no get rich quick. With my 5 pillars of wealth, I teach people how to get wealthy and secure their wealth in Index Universal Life, protecting their wealth. I'm also looking for people to join my team, get in the early stages of us building one of the top insurance companies in the world and helping people break free from this just over broke paradigm. In the description of the video down below, you can join the Warrior Academy. When you get in there, go to the Index Universal Life section and fill out the application. If you want information on IUL, my team members will reach out to you. If you want to join my team, click both and we'll get right on that. All right, so let's dive right into it, Warriors. So we're going to dive into this BlackRock. I mean, we're repeating the same things over and over again, but remember, what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, I've coached over 6,000 people in the past, since 2020. We have our private coaching program as well. And one of the biggest things that I hear in having so much human interaction is fear, emotional attachment to the markets. Remember, the next 12 to 16 months before the Bitcoin halving, I think we're about 12 months out, you're going to see a lot of volatility, a ton of volatility. What's going on with our president right now and all the crazy stuff happening with interest rates going up, inflation trying to be cooled down to 2%, the capital markets are going to get very volatile in the back end of the year, as I predicted. These are great buy-in times. So you have to become non-emotional. Okay. So BlackRock went from cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is used for money laundering, Jamie Dimon saying that it's junk, Warren Buffett saying that it's rat poisoning, to now these companies working to get their own. Like, think about this real quick. Let me just read this to you, okay? Fever over BlackRock's Bitcoin fund faces chill of rate hikes and regulation. I'm going to come down here. If approved, a Bitcoin ETF from the world's biggest asset manager could attract investors reluctant to buy a high risk cryptocurrency directly. So that sentence right there, I could just stop this video and share with you what is happening. Okay. If approved, a Bitcoin ETF from the world's biggest asset manager could attract investors reluctant to buy the high risk cryptocurrency directly. Unfortunately or fortunately, the public, the 99%, is going to trust what the media says and the large asset managers do. Remember, the wealthy clients at the bank can invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the working class and the middle class, and the working poor are not able to have access to these things. But once institutions come on board, all of this baby boomer wealth is going to come flooding in to the cryptocurrency space, and you're going to see some massive price appreciation. That's why you need to hold the line, dime in hand, don't trip, don't ever invest more than you can afford to lose. So we're going to watch this video from Mark Yusko here. He was on CNBC. We love Mark Yusko on our channel. He actually is on our channel quite a bit with the Good Morning Crypto Show with one of the best hosts, abs out there. Check out our Good Morning Crypto. I'll attach it right here. Okay. So check this out. This is Mark Yusko. He's talking about, and I'm going to play it for a little while because there's this dude that tries to go in on him, and Mark Yusko is so articulate and so well poised. Check this out.
Capital. Mark, it's great to have you on, and I'm going to start right there. When you have BlackRock entering the fray, and also, by the way, Citadel and Schwab and Fidelity backing EDX Markets, the crypto exchange that also launched this week, what does it signal?
Look, I think it's great that the traditional financial services firms are coming around to the technological innovation that's been going on for the last really 14 years since the birth of Bitcoin, but really the last 5 years have been the acceleration. And we knew that eventually the big firms would find their way into the space. But I actually think it's a validation of one, the technology, and two, validation of business models saying that, look, this is here to stay.
So this is good news, and this rally has legs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think the rally.
Look at, just watch these reporters. Look at her. This is good news. This gives a rally has legs. Ma'am, it has nothing to do with, like, chill out. Like, listen, Lyndon, watch the other report. I'm sorry, I have to bring this stuff up. Watch the other reporter that goes, it's this is the problem with our media, guys. These reporters have zero clue about the capital markets. They don't understand macro and microeconomics. They're just parroting information. Mark Yusko is a beast in the investment space, understanding digital currency space, and it's like, so it's just crazy, like what these people say. But he's so poised. Check it out.
Is just beginning. You know, we just entered what's called the seasonal period of crypto summer. There's this 4-year cycle around something called the halving, which is where the block rewards for the Bitcoin blockchain change every 4 years. That causes a period of accumulation going into that. That event will occur next April. That's called crypto summer. Then we usually get a speculative blow off after the halving event, and then a overreaction on the downside.
There you go. He just gave us the blueprint. I've been telling you guys that exact blueprint. He said, after the Bitcoin halving, April, we're going to see a parabolic move, a blow off top, right? So it's going to go up. You have to have your exit plan. Get non-emotional. It's not going to keep going up. Think about it. BlackRock, all these big companies are accumulating. Then when the Bitcoin halving happens, there's going to be a blow off top. And guess what? They're going to sell for profits. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to get caught sliding down the back end, and they're going to buy your crypto when you're fearful on the back end. Okay. So you have to have an exit plan after the Bitcoin halving. You should be accumulating right now. You shouldn't be buying large amounts of crypto. You should just be accumulating, dollar cost averaging in. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Create some cash flow. I teach you how to do a budget within the first week of the academy. So we're going to go a little bit further on this video here.
Called crypto winter. So, you know, last week, June 15th was kind of the bridge into the 10 months coming into the halving. It just happened to coincide with BlackRock announcing their ETF. And we're up, I think, 14, 15% since that announcement. But I think the rally is just beginning over the next year.
I'm just not.
Okay, this guy right here, just this, it's just like, where do they get this information?
Convinced that this matters in a bold-faced way. I mean, it seems to me that crypto and Web3 kind of lost the narrative. This was supposed to be the future of finance and the future of, you know, technology. A lot of people, the future of commerce, a lot of people were saying. Now that narrative has moved to AI, and crypto is sort of more in the metaverse bin.
This guy is clueless. Crypto has moved to the metaverse bin. Does this guy understand what a cryptocurrency is? Like, this type of stuff is so frustrating because this is what our parents, the baby boomers, are watching. They're just trying to FUD this shit out of us, guys. It's like this guy, crypto moved into the metaverse bin. Like, gosh, it's wild, man. Wild.
Why is that wrong? And does this move and others like it that we're talking about today, does that move crypto and Bitcoin specifically any closer to being in charge of the narrative again?
Well, I think the narrative's actually completely wrong. The idea that the digital assets are in the waste bin, you know, seems kind of silly to me. We're talking about a $1.2 trillion asset from zero 14 years ago, $500 billion in Bitcoin alone.
Well, but we're not talking
kind of
about
silly to
like,
say
we're not talking about NFTs or virtual real estate in the same way anymore. People aren't trying to buy the virtual place next to Snoop Dogg's house. Like, people are.
What is this guy talking about? They're talking about a Bitcoin ETF. Now he's talking about the boom and bust cycle in NFTs. There's cycles in everything, boom and bust cycles, but like, he's trying to associate the Bitcoin. I have dyslexia. ETF. Sorry, ETF, EFT. With metaverse and
concerned about actual commercial real estate right now.
Well, no, that's been the whole point all along, right? Blockchain technology is one of the 4 pillars of the digital age, the ABCDs, as we call them. That's AI, blockchain technology, computer chips, and data. Those 4 things are transforming the way we store and exchange value. The same way that media was completely disrupted by the internet and the value of the biggest media assets went to new assets, the same thing's happening in financial services. It's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over decades. But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art,
This is key. Listen to what he's about to say.
every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a
Boom. Velocity of money, baby. I love Mark Yusko. He's on our channel quite a bit, so check it out, the Good Morning Crypto Show. Okay, so remember what he said about everything will be tokenized. BlackRock, Valkyrie, and others petitioned for SEC Bitcoin ETF approval, right? They're connected to the Federal Reserve. Who knows? It's probably a narrative, right? They pump Bitcoin. They're going to dump Bitcoin. They're going to buy the dip. Bitcoin halving happens. It's going to go parabolic. They're going to sell all the excited people coming in their cryptocurrency. But listen to what Larry Fink says, just like Mark Yusko said, right? So Mark Yusko said that everything's going to be tokenized. Well, maybe we should listen to the largest asset manager in the world that's tapped by the Federal Reserve to balance out our markets.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes
the whole dynamic, changes the whole dynamic. Family, it's all a narrative, and it's an emotional narrative. As Mark Yusko said, we've been telling you guys, this has been being changed for decades. This is not a quantity. Everybody's like, the QFS, they're going to hit the switch. How many times have you heard from somebody in this space that they're going to hit a switch on this date? They're going to hit a switch on this date. Guys, it's been transitioned for a very, very long time. In 1971, they detached us from the gold standard. They had no money to service the debt, guys. So the public was starting to figure that out. So they were exchanging their money for gold, and they didn't have enough gold for your money. So they removed the convertibility of it. They could just say, no, we're not going to convert your cash into gold anymore. So then they just turned the printing machine on full blast. We've been in a low interest rate environment since the 1980s, and now we are suffering the consequences of that. But there is a fixed on-demand liquidity, real-time payments, 24/7, 365 days a year. 100% movement of money, tracking of money, low friction, really fast, and you have the opportunity to invest in those technologies. That's why they fudge you out of this system. And the fact is, most people are going to be emotional about this, and most people are going to get wrecked because they're listening to YouTubers and TikTokers that are, telling them to buy this crypto and buy there. If they're trying to teach you how to get rich quick, it doesn't exist, guys. It doesn't exist. Meme coins are not your path to wealth. That is the path to get wrecked for sure. They're gambling behaviors. If you want to get rich quick, go to the gas station, buy a lottery ticket. Go to the casino. That's why 85% of lottery winners go bankrupt. That's why most pro athletes that weren't born into a wealthy family that have the wealth paradigm go broke. Rich parents have rich kids. Poor parents have poor kids. That's why we rewired the foundation. But we understand that wealth is diversification. Cryptocurrency is a very speculative asset that we can make a large amount of money in a short amount of time, not get rich quick. But then we take that wealth as people are coming in to buy it, we sell it, and then we secure it in things like indexed universal life. We put it into real estate. We're diversified in business, precious metals. So we have a diverse plan across different sectors. And that way we can pass the generational wealth down to our family. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. I'd love to have you inside the Warrior Academy. Once again, if you'd like to join my Index Universal Life team, we're teaching people how to build wealth. This book right here, Becoming Your Own Banker, is the Infinity Banking Concept, which I highly recommend all of you read. We do everything under the protection of our academy for a big reason is there's so many scammers out there. I will never proactively DM you. I do not invest people's money. Don't ever send anybody money on Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp. That is not us. There's thousands of scammers out there for anybody in this space. We do everything on the protection of our academy. For IUL, you fill out an application. You'll meet with one of our team members. You will know you're working with our team. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. Like I said, everything in the description down below. We'll see you on the inside. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.